Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being here. I think this is an important time to be doing this type of work. And I'll just briefly share why I wanted to do this and what inspired me to put this live sound journey out there is, well, obviously the coronavirus, right? But for me, I had a weekend of 2 full day events, and I woke up on Sunday morning yesterday and dropped into the feed, right? All the social media, all the fear and all that, and it threw me. It just like knocked me sideways because, we're not only dealing with a virus, but then the ramifications of shutting everything down, and that just snowballs like, crazy. So fear through the roof. And I had a couple of hours of just freaking out, and luckily I was in the day workshop, and I actually just got to sit and I did it with Guy, so I got to sit with Guy through his meditation. And in that moment, it just hit me. I was like, mate, what are you freaking out about? Like, regardless of what's going on, what is the work that you've been doing for the last 20 years all about, And it was like this resounding call from spirit, or whatever you want to say, or from my heart, or just my wiser self is, it doesn't have to be this way. And I've got tools that those of you that have worked with me and are in this type of work know actually will benefit the progression of this, well, prevent the prevention of this virus and benefit the people around the world that are freaking out and might not have these tools. So I'm like, okay, let's get this out here. This, I found through my experiences that some of the biggest trauma or pain points in my life have been the greatest opportunities. And I think that there's a lot of good that's going to come out of this, even though it's kind of scary and freaking a lot of us out right now. And, we get to see the best and the worst out of people. So that's kind of what I wanted to do, is to create a forum to say that we're not alone. First and foremost, I think it's very easy, and you can see it in the hoarding and stuff, is that, it's all about me. I got to survive. I got to make me and my family safe first, and then forget about everyone else. And we just got to remember that in order to get through things like this, we need to bond together. We need to come together, and we need to find the kindness within us to meet each other with, to bring out the best in each other. So that's first and foremost. And the beauty of this day and age is that we have the technologies to actually create that common unity and that community, that bond, that connection that we can start to lean into. So a couple things of what I want to talk about today and what I want to share with this journey, because I want to make it accessible to many people, because sound, a lot of times I find the work that I do, the sound is and the meditation and the getting big gongs and rattles and all this stuff out, it gets weird really quick, right? And so it alienates a lot of people. And at the basis of it all, it doesn't matter what religion, what tradition, whether you believe in spirit or not, whether you believe this stuff can heal, whatever it is that gets in your way from meeting this work, it really doesn't matter. It's just to suspend that a little bit, because we're dealing with basic biology and neurology here. And at a base level, that's all of us, okay? So we can all meet this work, and we can all benefit from this work. And what am I saying? What do I mean? I'm going to break it down, okay? So there's 3 components right here on why I'm suggesting that sound can boost your immunity, and it can also release fear, and it can help you build resilience through this viral pandemic. What a word, huh? Pandemic. Whoa. Shudder to just say it. So the thing is this landing for you guys? Are you getting it? Just say, hey, yeah, I got it. This is cool. I'm with you. I hear you. I'm here. Resonating, whatever. Just type some comments in there. Let me know everyone's like grooving here. Fantastic. Awesome. Now, the 3 things that I want to say that will hopefully help some of us that have been afraid to dive into this, or really understand what's there, to embrace it. And the first one is, okay, so meditation, breath work, sound healing, all these practices that we tend to lean into in this woo-woo world of ours, is it allows us to de-stress, right? It relieves stress. And what is the biggest cause of all illness and all disease? 90% of it is attributed to stress. So fear elevates stress, right? So if we start to do practices that start to lower our stress levels, then we're already ahead of the game. You with me? Now, you add on to that the fact, I'm just going to talk about toning, right? You don't got to go buy yourself a big gong and like start banging the gong. You could. That's a good, very cathartic. process, right? But all you got to do is use your voice, okay? And that if we're using our voice to de-stress ourselves with a tone, just a simple tone, it can even be a hum. You can keep your mouth closed, right? You can go, right? All of us can do that. Or we sigh, we go, just doing that alone. You know what that's doing? I'm increasing my breathing. I'm adding to my breath. I'm opening the capacity for me to breathe. Why is that important? Because 70% of all the toxins you're going to release today are coming out of your breath. So if you're breathing shallowly because you're freaking out because of fear, you're going to have shallow breath. You're going to have more toxins in your body to deal with on top of the other toxins that are coming from everywhere else. So toning, humming if you don't feel comfortable toning, using your voice deepens the breath and allows you to detoxify a lot quicker. That's number 2, all right? Number 3, and then we're going to get moving into some practices. Number 3 is that what are we doing? We're around the world, there's this wave of, prevention. And I'll need to say that too. Like, this work is in addition to all the stuff that we're doing with the precautions, washing your hands and isolating yourself if you need to, drink lots of water, eat well, exercise, get in nature, sleep, those things, common sense ways to boost your immunity, right? Now, on top of that, also, let's go into the deeper capacity we have to heal ourselves, which is the sound. So we've got de-stressing ourselves with our voice, we've got bringing more oxygen into the body with the toning, and the third component then is this isolation. We're going to stop shaking hands, we're going to stop hugging, we're going to lose that physical contact, and we actually can't survive without physical contact, right? And why? Because it releases these feel-good hormones, and it's oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, right? Now guess what the other action or the other process you can do is that allows you to release those same chemical cocktails of endorphins into your system to create a well-being as if you were being touched and held and embraced. Toning. Whether we're doing it remotely with each other, whether we're doing it together with each other, we release oxytocin, serotonin, dopamine, and all these other feel-good hormones. So 3 damn good reasons why, if we got space now, if we have to be home for work, if we have to be, isolated from our schools, from our wherever, sit at home and just hum to yourself. Just tone, right? So, that being said, see, I didn't lean into anything airy-fairy, any woo-woo. Like, that's science, that's biology, that's neurology, right? So this is all happening. Now, obviously, you guys know the deeper work that I do, we really pull that stuff apart and then we get into the woo. So yeah, but let's just tone for now. Like, obviously we can't hear each other, and I feel very restricted because my normal portal is through Zoom, so I get to see faces, and then we can communicate back and forth to each other and have dialogue. But here, all I'm seeing is little blips, so it's kind of challenging. I'm feeling all alone here, a bit insecure. But let's just tone. Let's just do some toning and relax, okay? So just let go, just close your eyes. We'll get into the deeper work in a minute, okay? But just close your eyes and let's start with the breath, right? So deep breath in and just So we'll sigh it out, okay? Sigh out the fear, sigh out the frustration, sigh out the anger, sigh out whatever is there for you. Just sigh it out. We've got to let this stuff move instead of bottling it up. So deep breath in. Let your body relax, let your shoulders relax. Now get your weird on, let your voice open, regardless of where you're at, just let the sound come out. And with this intention, you're going to allow yourself to embrace more harmony, more healing, and release fear, okay? Sound is awe, from your heart, from my heart to your heart to my heart. Let's do this together. Deep breath in. Again. Once more. just notice how you're feeling. Just doing that relaxes you. Just doing that increases your breath. Just doing that releases the endorphins to boost immunity, de-stress, release fear. You can do that all day long if you like. We're going to add one more component. As we do that, it's very easy to just have the bubble of ourselves, but realize too that there's a greater component to reach each other beyond the physical world that we can access. And perhaps that this quarantine is an opportunity for us to explore that. So imagine that you're toning not only for yourself, but for each other. And that you're not only giving out sound, but you're receiving from everybody who's on this call right now, and everybody who comes to this video in the future will have an opportunity to be a part of this giving and receiving of sound vibration from the heart in love, compassion, understanding, and empathy. Deep breath in. Send and receive from all your relatives, family, and friends. And this last one encircles the world quicker than that virus can move. Deep breath in. Beautiful. Let's take a moment just to observe the different sensations in your body, mind, emotion right now. And see if you can stay there. I'm going to share a little bit more information with y'all. I just went back to Texas. I never was in Texas, but there you go. And then we'll go into a deeper journey. So maintain that harmony, that peace. Just relax. Okay? That's so good. I could just feel it right now. It's beautiful. And you know, you can sit there and maybe you just dropped in and you're just observing, you're not participating. You might say, what is this hippy dippy shit? Okay, we're gonna awe our way out of this predicament. No, that's not what I'm saying. Okay? I'm saying this, the precautions that we have, the science that we have, the structures that we have, plus this. And that there'll become a time when actually this will transcend those structures, those things that we adhere to in the world. But that's not for now. For now, this is an addition to what's going on around us. And that if you surrender a bit, if you let go a bit, regardless of if you believe that this works, you're landing in a place of relaxation. That's only going to benefit you. Opening your breath, that's only going to benefit you. And creating endorphins, it's only going to benefit you. Okay? Now, that being said, the next component is what the deeper work is that you guys have experienced, that have worked with me, and the way that I work with sound, the way that we do all of our work, is to build a resilience. Okay, so we're utilizing the breath, we're utilizing the biology and the neurology to trigger a response where we stress the system. And this, I mean, I'm no doctor or anything, but through my workshops and people doing this practices, I see a resilience gets built in them, and they're not susceptible to these things that are happening around the world, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, what you name it. There's a resilience that they build within themselves that allows them to become kind of superhuman or extraordinary in themselves, and access the capacity within themselves to heal beyond what these statistics are showing us. Okay? Yes, it's great to have the statistics, but they're just showing us a reference point. And I believe, and what I've experienced through this work over the last decade and working with thousands of people, and I can honestly say I know through experience that this stuff will give you access to a greater part of yourself that will build a resilience in you that will help you to move beyond this challenge right now and actually find a greater wisdom. And that, to me, I think is the silver lining of all of this. And if we can hold that, then we find a resilience in ourselves, which allows us to be more calm in ourselves, maintain harmony when the world is going mad, that then we can meet the world with peace, love, and kindness. And from that, then we inspire other people to do the same. And that is the only way that we're going to survive as humanity. Whether it's fires, whether it's floods, whether it's viruses, whether it's us killing each other, you name it, there's going to be one thing after another. If that's one thing this year can show us, there's going to be one thing after another that is going to knock us until we can build a resilience and build a strength within us to meet each other in a humane way, in a kind way, in a loving way. I'll stop waffling on now. Let's move into this sound. The reason I'm so close here and chop my head off is because it's hard to fit all my gear into this camera. So here we go. Briefly, the drumming component, I'm going to do about 20 minutes here. The drumming, we're going to do the breathing, so it's an active breathing to stimulate the system, to activate the system, to create a stress response so that we can learn to relax that and start to create this resilience within us. That's the simplest way I can put it at this point. There's much more in-depth detail into some of my videos on YouTube and the link that I put in here as well. So there's lots of other ways that we can come together through community, through the online portals, and help support each other. And that's my main intention, is that we can actually hold each other up. We're all in this together, okay? And if that's one thing that this is showing us, is how interconnected we actually are. So breathe with the drum beat. I'll guide you through it. We'll do about 10 minutes of that, and then we'll drop into a soothing component where we actually then allow the endorphins to roll on and that immunity to go through the roof, creativity, innovation to skyrocket, and away we go. Rock and roll. Let's do this. So if you want to get comfy, and I'll also mention before we start into the deeper sounds, just as raw and real, like the experience that we're going through right now. No mics, no amplification, just one little microphone on my phone there, and rock and roll. So let's go inside. Deep breath in, exhale out. If you want to lay down, you can lay down. Want to sit, you can sit. Now the breathing works like this. I'm going to be very basic. I'm not going to pull it apart and give you all the science and wisdom behind it. You can come send me an email or something. We'll talk more in detail if you got questions. But for this right now, 2 inhales. Breathe through your mouth for a few minutes. Yes, it'll be a bit uncomfortable, but this is going to help the resilience trigger an endorphin response that allows you to boost your immunity and release fear. Okay? Trust me, this is safe and this shit works. Okay? So follow the beat of the drum. It's 2 inhales, 1 exhale, in and out of the mouth. So you keep breathing. About the rest. This is when stuff's gonna get weird. Let it get weird. In, out. In, out. In, out. Disclaimer as we get going here, this is some deep work. If you have any challenges, need any support, reach out to me. Follow the links, email me, text me. I got you. We got this. Keep the rhythm going. bring that sound in to help release the fear, to help release the tension, to help to release the toxins. Ah. 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 Coming out. Breathe past the discomfort, breathe past the fear, breathe past anything that's holding you back, breathe past all this crap, all this madness. Let's move past it. Seconds of that breath. This is your opportunity to let go of whatever you're holding. Shake, move, laugh, cry, scream, do whatever you need to do. Let it go. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in now. Inhale. And hold in all that goodness. Hold in all that love. Hold in all that energy. Hold that breath in. Realizing you are alive. You are safe. You are not alone. Exhale all the air out. All the toxins, all the fear, all the doubt, all the limitations. Exhale it out. Breathe in. And all the way out again. Now this time keep that out. Keep the air out. Hold the air out. Keep it out. Keep it out. We're keeping it out. We're waiting for something new. We're waiting for something more. We're waiting for coming together. We're waiting for extraordinary. And breathe that life in. Beautiful. Now slow deep breaths through the nose. We're soothing, satiating, allowing the endorphins to start to release. Hum. Deep breaths with a hum. Let go. Let go. Feel into trust. Feel into love. Feel into health. Feel into humanity. We got this. Sound and vibration. Let's open that right now. Let's open into the divine creation of all that is. Let's call our ancestors, those that have traveled this path before us and brought us to this moment right now. We welcome you. We give thanks to you as we call on our children's children, those future generations. Come be here with us now. Speak through these sounds. Speak through our hearts. As we call in all dimensions, cultures, traditions, religions, acknowledging those we stand upon to support us all the way. Speak through us now. Guide us, show us, lead the way. Oh. From my heart to your heart. Receive it, let it go. Giving, receiving the same time. Sound heals. just let go. Let go of anything you're holding. Let go of fear. Let go of uncertainty. Let go of separation. Let go. Bring the hands to the heart. Both hands on the heart. And there we can hold love, a kindness, a peace, and find once again our true rhythm, the beat of our heart, and the depth of our breath, the rhythm of our breath. Those two things are a constant. As long as you're alive, they're there, keeping time, keeping a beat, keeping you alive. It's the same for all of us. So as you sit in this space, as you hold your heart, you hold yourself, you hold that life that's thriving inside of you. Reach that reality, that self-bubble of yours out, expand it out a bit more, and include everyone else. Meet each moment with love, meet each moment with kindness, and if you can't do that, then sit yourself down, meditate, use some sound, scream your head off, do what it takes to find that inner peace within yourself before you go out and meet the mad world that's running around out there. Sound like a plan? Fantastic. Thanks for dropping on in here and joining me in that. That felt really nice. Even though I couldn't physically touch you guys, I feel like we connected. And I think that's the beauty of technology. That's the beauty of this work. And it just excites me because I've spent the last year developing this whole online portal that I haven't had a chance to put energy into because I've been so busy running around doing workshops and helping people in the events and the retreats. And so this gives me an opportunity then to open that portal and to create the safe place for all of us to meet. So that link is in this this video, and you can join me. We can go deeper. That's just a little taster. I think we just needed a little bit to kind of break through all the all the hype and all the fear. It's like, where's the voice of peace and we're the true leaders, huh? Let's find some of these true leaders that aren't buying into the fear and the chaos that's out there. So yeah, I'd love to meet you all out here in the other programs and other events that I'll be running over the next few months. We've got lots of goodness, lots of tools that we can use to really power through this. So see you guys soon. Love your vibe, and please spread this, share it, keep going with it. All right, love you guys. See you soon.